Hi everyone. I'm sorry I can't be there. I've had to go home for my train because it's a total disaster again today. Okay, so I've got various different tasks for you today. I'm going to take you through each one and what I want you to do. So if you can pause this video, okay, when I've said a certain task, and then you can restart it for the next task that you need to do. Okay, it might be worthwhile watching the whole video so that you can see all of the tasks and then have a think about how long you need to take on each one. Okay, so first of all, what I need you to do is get into the following pairs. Okay, so I've got Amber and Silver, Greg with Georgina, Hayley with Matt, Miles with Marcus, Kitty with Paige, and Poppy with Melissa. Okay, now if your partner isn't here, can you please ensure that you either absorb somebody's spare and work as the three, or just pair up differently so that everybody has someone to work with. Okay, so what you'll need today is a pen each, a piece of paper, and access to the internet on your phone. Okay, so can one person at least within the pair make sure that they have their phone connected to the Wi-Fi. Okay, if there are any problems with this, just pop along to C12 and they'll help you get onto it. Okay, so you do need access to the internet. Right. Your first task is to read through the spoken language introductions. Okay, so all these pieces of paper have been left at the front of the classroom. Okay, so you need spoken language introductions. I want you to take one copy each, okay, and read through them. Now, your task as you read is that I'd like you to correct all of the spelling, punctuation and grammar mistakes you can see. Okay, so as many punctuation and grammar mistakes as you can see in both sheets. So there are two sheets. I need you to correct the SPG in both. Okay, once you've done that, I'd like you to take pictures of the three worst mistakes. Okay, so the mistakes people have made that you think are the worst, you're going to take pictures of the worst three and post the worst three on Google+. Okay, so you're going to attach your images on Google Plus and post the three worst mistakes. Okay, I'd also then like you, so this is in your pairs or your threes, is to say which paragraph of the ones you've read you think is the best and why you think it's the best. Okay, so your two tasks with these introductions, you're going to mark the spelling, punctuation and grammar of the whole thing and leave that for me to look at. You're going to take pictures of the three worst mistakes and post them on Google+. And then in your pairs or threes, you're going to say which one you think is the best paragraph and why you think it's the best. Okay, you can pause the video now and complete that task. Okay, so your second task, you should have completed task one, which was to do the spoken language introductions. Your second task is to watch the video that I have shared on Google+. Okay, I will also make sure that it's open on this computer for whoever starts your lesson off. Okay, so they will make sure it's open on this computer for you. You probably want to watch it as a whole class. Okay, so I'd like you to watch that video. Now I've made it, it's based on the whole of the spoken language exam. So it's based on all the different frameworks it gives you a reminder of. It gives you a reminder of what's required in the intro, in the conclusion. It gives you example paragraphs of analysis and ways of joining your ideas together. Now, some of it is quite small, so you might not be able to see it all, okay? For the rest, I'd just like you to watch the video. And as much as you can, I'd like you to make notes about the key aspects that come out of the video. I'd then like you, in your pairs or threes, to share a picture of your notes on Google+. Okay, so task 2 is to watch the video, and then in your pairs or threes, make notes on the key aspects that have come out of the video, and share those notes on Google+. I'll be looking at those notes for the content, so the amount of detail you've included, and also their presentation. Okay, so make sure they're neat, nice and colourful, well displayed, well laid out, but as many of the key details from that video as you can, and I'd like you to share a picture of your notes on Google+. Okay, you can pause the video again and complete that task. So, task 3, all right? I'd like you to analyse these extracts. I only want you to take 10 minutes for this because 10 minutes is how long you'll get in the exam. So I'd like you to analyse both extract A and B in 10 minutes. I'd like you to do that individually, okay? So don't do it with your partner or in your 3. I'd like you to do it individually. So take one each, and I'd like you to highlight as many different terminologies as you can. Once your 10 minutes is up, I'd like you to count how many different terminologies you've found. So if you've found 6 fillers, you can only count that as 1 filler, okay? So it's 1 of each terminology you're allowed, and I'd like you to count up how many different things you've found. I'd like you to post the number of these different things that you've managed to find on Google+, so that I can see how many each person has managed to find in 10 minutes. Okay? You can use the things in the window, so use the reminders of the terminology as you're doing this, but you only have 10 minutes. Okay? You may pause the video and complete that activity. Okay. Your next task, should you have time, okay? If the lesson is running out and you need to skip past this, then do. However, I will know how much of your lesson is left because I can see all your posts on Google+. So if it is actually only 3:30, then yes, you still need to complete this activity. Okay, so this activity is in your pairs or 3s to write an introduction for the 2 texts that you've just analysed. So you've just analysed text A and B. Okay, and I would like you to write the introduction for that. In your pairs or 3s, can one of you please post the introduction on Google+, okay, so that I can see the introduction from each of you and I can analyse how far this has been achieved, okay? So you may pause the video now, write your introduction in pairs or 3s and post it on Google+. Okay, this is your final activity. Okay, for half term, you are setting your own homework. Okay, so what I would like you to do is set yourself 3 things that you will do over half term to improve your work. 3 each. So you need to do this individually, and I'd like you to complete 3 different activities over half term that will help you to improve your work. Okay, you could, for example, do something for Kite Runner, something for property, and something for spoken language. You could equally, because you know you need to improve your analysis, you could do 3 things just for analysis. It is totally up to you what those targets are. There are worksheets obviously on the help desk, so there are things to do with spelling, punctuation and grammar. There are things to do with Unit 1 and Unit 2, which you could grab something of. It could be something from on the website. It could be answering a past question or a predicted question, and those are all in the magazines on the website. It could be rewriting an essay that you've already done and you want to improve it. It could just be something from the Monopoly board, and you might like to do one of those activities as part of your revision. I don't want you to do 3 of those, but one of your activities could be from the Monopoly board. Okay. So there are 3 tasks that I'd like you each to set individually for working on over half term, and I'd like you to post on Google+ these 3 activities. Okay. Obviously, as goes with all of these activities, if you can't get onto Google+ yourself via your mobile, then please use somebody else's or use the computer here. Log into one person's account and everyone just post from that account, but say who's adding the targets each time. Okay. I'd really appreciate it as well if you can leave a reflection about today's lesson, how well it worked with me leaving you a video, because obviously this is the first time I've done it this way. So if you can leave a reflection on Google+, that would be really appreciated. Okay, I hope you all have a really good half term. I'm really sorry I couldn't be there. Have a good weekend, good half term, and I will see you when we get back. Okay, bye.